Hey, butterflies. Hey, butterflies. Hey, family. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. As you see, I am doing a missing person reading on 36-year-old Kandi Green Gonzalez. She disappeared from Prestonsburg, Kentucky. It is stated she was last seen. Well, let me say this. Let me see. She disappeared on June the 1st, 2021. Okay. It is stated that she was last seen pleading for help at a neighbor's home after being kicked out by her boyfriend, Jeff Blackburn. The neighbors called her mother for her, but the call went unanswered. After that, Kandi made it out of the creek and it stated, "Where is Kandi? She is still presently missing." Okay. And I was watching somebody's channel. They had did commentary on Kandi disappearance, and they did a A1 job. So I want to give a shout out to this individual. I wrote their name down. What did I do with it? Hold on, family. Yeah, I wrote their name down. I think I had switched papers. I hate when that happens. But anyway, when I come across it, I will give a shout out to this particular channel that had did commentary on Kandi's disappearance. Hold on, family. All right. I felt the need to give a shout out. I think it's very appropriate, you know, and those, you know, crime YouTube sleuths that are trying to bring awareness when it comes to the missing. I cannot pronounce the name of this channel, but it's called HIBA CH. Now it's separate. HIBA and then space CHAI channel. Okay. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to because I think she did like a uh part one and a part two, and the part two just an update. But anyway, she pretty much saying the same thing that I had mentioned to many of you, how you know, the circumstances due to the events that played out when Kandi disappeared. I guess she was living with her boyfriend, I'm assuming, and she was kicked out of the home and went to the neighbors, as I stated earlier, and they called her mother for her, and the call went unanswered. But what bothered me real bad, family, I know people act differently, but what bothered me the most was how the neighbors were, responding to her. They were, to me, they were acting very um they weren't acting very sensitive to what she was going through, and Kandi did look very upset and emotionally all over the place. And I guess to them, she was just acting like she was weird and spaced out, whatever the case may be. But you could just hear them in the background, the way they were talking. They weren't being very empathetic at all to me. Okay. It's like they was really trying to brush her off, telling her to get off their property. They're going to call the cops. And, instead of just, hearing her out and acting, in a way more, empathetic, shall I say, at least let her stay on the property until the authorities come, at least try to calm her down instead of trying to brush her off. And that to me just turned me off big time. Okay. But I know everybody, react differently. It's a situation like that would occur, But I just think about what if they would have more compassion in their voice in the way they carried themselves, while she was in their presence, how different things could have been. Because, she disappeared June the 1st of 2021 and she hasn't been seen since. So it's just crazy. So anyway, I'm getting ready to get started this reading. Whatever you see in here, it is allegedly. We know it's not fact, but I am led by the spirit. And her family did not ask me to do this reading. I'm just doing this as a labor of love, as well as trying to bring awareness to Kandi Green Gonzalez disappearance. So let's get started with this reading, family. And I did feel the need to light a candle for Kandi. I'm praying that the family loved one will be found no matter what. Okay, that they will receive answers concerning the whereabouts of their loved one. Oh yeah, let me show my face. I mean, if you can see the host, okay. And I want to also say much love to my butterflies out there. Much love to you. Thank you for your love and supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate you. And I just want to show my face because a lot of times I don't, okay, because it's not about me. But at least many of you can see who's behind the voice of Waking Butterfly Readings, okay? So if I appreciate it if you take the time to like. It's not for me. It is to bring awareness to all the cases that I do, just getting the awareness out there. And I don't have Facebook. I used to, but I don't have it anymore. It's been years. So for those who do have Facebook, if Kandi, I don't know if her family has a missing, I don't know. I don't know if they have a channel for her on Facebook, but they do. I appreciate if you share it. Just get the awareness out there, period. All right, family. So much love to you, butterflies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me say this also before I get started. Eventually, I'm going to start a Patreon. Yes, the Patreon is to support me and my channel for those that believe in me and you enjoy my content. But also when it comes to me doing additional readings, when it comes to the missing, I'm going to put it on Patreon, okay? Because there's a lot of things that comes out of these readings that, I just don't share. I don't put it out there. And I tell many of you a lot of things I keep to myself for whatever reason, but that information will be on Patreon. Now, when I do eventually actually get it going, I will put the link out and let many of you know about the Patreon, okay, family? Even with many of you who have loved ones, my butterflies out there that, go missing, I will put that information on Patreon, okay? Sharing is caring, all right? And we are to be the voice for the voiceless, as well as, showing love to your sister. Okay, just like I show love back to you. So that's all I want to say. So be on the lookout for the Patreon when I started, and I appreciate you so much, family. Thank you for being my butterflies out there and for supporting your sister. Now let's get back to this reading on 36-year-old Kandi Green Gonzalez. I'm going to move this mic over. I hope many of you are able to see. Let me move this over some. Okay. Divine Spirit of love and truth and light. Holy Spirit leads me to all truth and clarity by the disappearance of 36-year-old Kandi Green Gonzalez, seeking courage by her disappearance, or those shadow aspects that led up to her disappearance. And I also want to say shout out to Divine Vision. I love her Oracle Shadow deck. I'm always using it. Okay, I just dropped the card. I'm always using it, and I love it. Hold on, family. You know I'm forever dropping the card. So anyway, shout out to Divine Vision. Okay. And what I like about this deck, family, I'm able to receive those shadow aspects that's going on with the individual as far as the events that played out, those shadow energies that was going on, not only with Candy, but also anyone that played a part as far as due to her disappearance. Okay. It will come out with this deck right here. Spirit now choosing clarity about those shadow aspects that's going on with Candy on the day she disappeared. Shout out to Kandi Green Gonzalez family members. Much love to you. And clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Gonzalez. All right, Spirit told me to stop, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to do a 3-row spread. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Now remember, family, whatever you see here, it is allegedly. This is for entertainment purpose only. Now, I did say entertainment purpose only, so I apologize if I offended anyone. But a lot of people watch for many, many reasons, okay? So we know this is a serious matter. Someone loved one is still presently missing. I'm just going to say this is allegedly, okay? All right, family. So the on the bottom we have here betrayal. We have here drug. We have here bullying. So I'm going to show you the first. That's betrayal. So the fact that we're looking at betrayal, Candy know the individual. Okay? She knows the individual. Let me just say this. She felt a sense of betrayal as though someone has betrayed her that she knows. Okay? I'm gonna say it like that. Next, we have drug. Now, you can say Candy had drugs in her system, or someone could have drugged her. Okay? Next, we have here bullying. So the fact that Candy is still presently missing, according to the spirit, she was experiencing bullying. Okay, someone bullying her. All right. Now up here in at the head, we have here boredom. This is someone who's longing for change. Okay, they're feeling very restless. Over here, we have sabotage. So according to the spirit, Candy was sabotage. Now, it's two ways you can look at it, family. You can look at it from the perspective of someone sabotage Candy, or you can say due to her actions, there's also this thing that's called self sabotage as well. Now, this is not saying self sabotage, but I'm just saying due to people's actions, how they're moving out here. You can self sabotage yourself as well. When you're not thinking clearly and you're making poor judgment. But anyway, she's presently missing. So I'm going to say, okay, according to the spirit, she was sabotaged. All right. And over here, we have dark. Now, we can say that Candy is somewhere in the dark, or she was dealing with a dark individual, and it can be both. So, in the middle, you got boredom. So, oh, yeah, and I forget right here also condescending. Now, don't forget now, before she disappeared, you know, uh, it is stated, that she was kicked out of her home, I believe, that she was staying with her boyfriend. I don't know if she was living with him or what, but anyway, she was kicked out of her boyfriend home, all right? But I don't know if they were living together or not. because she didn't even have a phone with her. She had to use the neighbor's phone for them to call her mother. So basically, she was seeking, some assistance. She was seeking help. So on the bottom, we have betrayal, drug, and bully. And over here on the right is considered a secret place, okay? Things that's done in secret. We got bullying, and we have here dark, okay? Let's continue. Okie dokie, family. Down here, we have numbness. Now, usually when I get this card right here, drinking or drugs always follows behind it. Okay. Now, a person can be so emotionally upset and they are in shock. They can be feeling numb, especially if you was raped and assaulted. You know, you can be feeling like this, also feeling numb. Okay, as far as being in shock. But anyway, numbness is coming out. Okay, someone feeling numbness, and then we have here grudge. Somebody holding a grudge. Next, we have down here temptation. So someone was tempted and acted out. Up here, we have ego bound. Over here, we have lustful. And that's interesting because I'm trying to figure out why would lustful pop up. She left her neighbors. She took off running and she disappeared. It's not like it's not like, they chase after her that I know of, you know, or someone could have got a hold to her, but this not sitting well with me at all. I always think about like someone being sexually assaulted. Okay, but I'm let the spirit do the talking. Because behind it is sabotage. See that? Sabotage. And then we have here lustful. Over here we have vindictive. Someone being very vindictive. And behind that is dark. In the middle we have insecurities. I think I skipped, didn't I? I don't know if I did a top or not, but I'm going to go back over it. Ego bound. So in the middle we have ego bound, insecurity, someone holding a grudge. Over here, we have someone being very vindictive, as well as you know, um, being tempted. Okay, temptation is over here, and like I said, with the numbness, what I always told you: drugs or drinking follows that. See that behind this one, drug. So she could have she could have had drugs in her system. She could have been doing drugs, or she could have been drugged. And then in front of that is grudge. Someone holding a grudge. Let's continue. And when I'm doing my reading, pay attention to repeated messages, family, okay? Like keywords that normally comes back out. Down here again, we have Denial. Someone is in denial. Next, we have burdens. So someone is definitely carrying some burdens. And we have flighty. Up here at the head, we have someone feels guilt. Yeah, after the fact. Right here, we have abuse. So someone that Kandi knows, okay, it looks like she's been experiencing some abuse. And let me be the judge who that is. From who? Over here, we have heartbroken. And the center of it all, confusion. So we have denial, burdens, flighty. In the center, we have guilt, confusion, and burdens. It looks like we're looking at some kind of abuse. Okay, there's going on behind the scenes. All right. Hold on, family. And over here, we have heartbroken. And, well, I already said that, flighty. All righty. And I'm going to say this is allegedly, but I think I heard something about she was experiencing abuse in her relationship that she was in with her um, boyfriend at that time when they were together. Okay. But this is allegedly, but I think I remember hearing that. Look. Now you see that? If it's meant to come back out, it will. Okay. Sometimes these cards will flip, showing the words. Okay. Next we have argumentative. So there was some kind of spat in conflict. Two people having words. We have here selfishness. We have here rejection. We have here at the head ignorance. Over here we have disconnection. And and behind that, abuse. On the top, disconnection. Over here we have desperation. Now, when I think about this, I think about, you know, the video footage that the neighbors had of Kandi coming, uh, being on their property. She was coming off, feeling of desperation. Okay, seeking their help. Okay, so that's what I think about when I see this right here, desperation. We have here in the center, closed off. Now, I think about the word closed off. I think about someone having you somewhere in isolation. You are alone, okay? You are, excuse me, hidden. away from people. That's what I think about when I see this right here, closed off. I knew it'd come back out. The spirit always backed me up. All right. I'm talking about this card over here. Okay, it came right back out. Right here we have someone coming out very defensive. Remember, we saw the word argumentative. It's right here. Argumentative. Defensive. And it's weird how these um keywords are in sync. Look at this. You have defensive. Right here you have argumentative. I'm gonna show you one more word. Then you have, look, denial. So someone has been in denial, feeling defensive, and very argumentative. Interesting. Over here, hostility. Over here, according to the spirit, Kandi is a victim. Okay. Now you can say she is a victim or she's carry herself as a victim. You know how people carry themselves with that victim mentality about them. It's always somebody else, but they never look at what they're doing. But when I'm picking up right here, according to the spirit, she is a victim due to this right here. Okay. At the head, we have manipulation. Over here, we have aggression. Over here, we have disrespectful. It came right back out. Now, as I stated earlier, the key word is betrayal. That's when that word come out. We're not looking at a stranger, okay? We're looking at someone that she knows, okay? That she knows that she feel betrayed her. And not only that, this individual is very disrespectful. Conflicted. Okay. So coming down, we got manipulation, conflicted, hostility. And over here in the secret place, you got disrespectful and victim. Hold on, family. I'm just going to let the spirit do the talking. I'm just setting my attention on Kandi because a lot came out here and it kind of gave me an idea what jumped off. Let me just say that. Obviously, there was an argument that was brewing between Kandi and her boyfriend, okay? And which led to other things. Let me just say that. Um I just want to see something real quick. Divine Spirit. What were those key energies that was going on with Kandi boyfriend that played a part as far as why she was seeking help and assistance from the neighbors? What was those shout of energy that was going on with Candy's boyfriend? Hold on, family. Her boyfriend name was Jeff Blackburn. I'm just gonna say Jeff, okay? Divine Spirit, what was those shout out energy that was going on with Jeff between him and Candy? What was those shout out energy that was going on with Jeff between Jeff? What was those shout out energy that was going on with Jeff with Candy? What those, oh my goodness, spirit so strong. What those shadow energy that was going on with Candy's boyfriend Jeff around her? Ooh, 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 ooh. Lustful. And I was wondering why would this pop out? You know, um, what does this have to do with anything? Okay. Well, it came out. I let me be the judge. All right. So anyway, lustful. I think it was like Jeff. It was a Candy before she disappeared. Denial. Remember we saw denial earlier? So this was Jeff energy that was coming out, his shadow energies. So not only lustful, okay, but denial. And we did see the keyword rejection. Going on with Jeff. And he was with Candy. What was the shadow energy that was going on with Jeff, Candy's boyfriend, and he was in her presence? Hold up. This came out, family, held hostage. I'm going to flip it back over, okay? For right now. So shadow energy, hold on. And I do acknowledge the cards that flips over. This is another one, emotional blackmail. But I'm going to put it back in the pile. Divine Spirit, what was those shadow energy that was going on with Jeff when he was in Candy's presence before she disappeared? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Came right back out. Look at that brutality. Look at that rejection. So it looked like they had this big old fight, and she could have been, saying, "I'm leaving you," okay? And he in denial. He operating in denial. Don't want to accept it. Okay. And turn these around so maybe you can see. Now these are allegedly okay, but I'm led by the spirit. These are Jeff energies. Okay. These are his energies. So we got lustful, we got denial. I'm gonna put them in order as the spirit gives them to me. We got brutality and we got rejection. Okay. What was energy that was going on with Jeff? I'm not getting a strong hit on this one. Okay. We have aloof. Someone coming off very distant, like, okay. Those shadow energies, those going on with Jeff when he was in Candy's presence before she disappeared. So according to the spirit, Jeff was coming off with insecurities. Okay, he was giving out insecurities. Hmm. What's going on with Jeff before Kandi disappeared? What little shot of angel was going on with Jeff before Kandi disappeared? What little shot of angel was going on with Jeff before Kandi disappeared? All right, you have here blindsided. You have here drunk. What's going on with Jeff? Before Kenny disappeared. What shot of angel was going on with Jeff before Kenny disappeared? I'm just trying to see what all gonna come back out, okay? But I can't make this up. Okay, Spirit told me to stop. To me, some of these shadow energies were Candy as well. Maybe it's due to, if they did get into a little spat, especially if he would have met up with her or caught back up with her, things I'm seeing that could have been done to her, okay, allegedly. But I'm going to the spirit do the talking. I'm going to start from the bottom, work my way on up, okay? We have here aggression. We have here helpless. Candy is the one that's missing. So I'm going to say this is Candy, okay? She's feeling helpless. We have here passive aggression. We have here destruction. We have here sabotage. Came right back out. We have here feelings of anxiety. We have here withdrawn. We have here arrogance, bias, explosive. Now, for this to come out, oh yeah, emotions definitely heated up. All right, somebody went from 1 to 10 and snapped. We have here closed off, came right back out. We have here drunk. Somebody was drinking. We have here blindsided. Someone caught off guard. And lastly, up here, insecurities, the energies, the shadow energies of Jeff. Oh, hold on. Aloof. Feelings of rejection. Brutality. Being in denial. And lustful. Interesting. All right, family. I'm going to use another deck that I have. I have a homemade crime deck. I'm gonna use 2 of my homemade crime decks that I'm going to end this reading. Well, let me see something first. I like to be led by the spirit. All right, I got the okay to use this. This is my, I call this awakened butterfly, revealing oracle. Okay. And someone had mentioned that, well, actually, it's more than just one, and I appreciate it. They were interested in my oracle readings. Uh, when the time come, I will put them up for sale, but not yet. All right, I want to add to them. Okay, just I just want to make some adjustments to them. But once I've done that, I will post it. Okay, family. So thank you for your interest. Much love. All righty, divine spirit and clarity about the disappearance of Kandi Green Gonzalez relate to her disappearance. First card, overcoming challenges. Disappearance of Kandi. Hold up. One card flipped over. One card flipped over. There we go. Thanks, Spirit. It has here uses illegal drugs. Now, this is allegedly. We remember we did see the word drugs. Remember, we saw the word drug. I said she either had drugs in her system, she uses drugs, or she was drugged. Okay, but we have here uses illegal drugs. If this is not Kandi, somebody using them. If this is not her, it could be Jeff allegedly, but somebody using them allegedly, and that's nothing against her. I'm letting the spirit do the talking. Declare about disappearance of Kandi. Remember that keyword ignorance. Ignorance. Do not listen. So it looked like somebody was talking to her. It looked like somebody was talking to her. Okay, but sometimes we talk to an individual, it goes to one ear, not the other, for whatever reason. So the keyword ignorance came right back out. We have here, look at this, difficult relationship, not healthy, very toxic, controlling, asserting one's will over the other. See that? And it don't take no rocket scientist to know who the spirit is talking about. Who was she involved with? Okay. She was in a toxic, unhealthy relationship. And somebody probably told her get out of that relationship. Allegedly, a friend, a loved one. I'm sure knew about it. Unless she's a private individual. It has here Joker. Now, the key word, I use the Joker a lot. I use a Joker as the suspect. Okay, so Joker cannot be trusted. They wear a mask full of deception and lies. So according to the spirit, the Joker who's playing the part as far as why Kandi is no longer around, why she's still presently missing. Okay, that's the Joker. They cannot be trusted. They wear a mask full of deception and lies. Well, I just want to make me. I want to make sure many of you can see it, but I'm sure you can. Okay. Now, let me say this also, fam, because some people get triggered when I say certain things, especially if it's a loved one. I am in no way trying to put your loved one down. When I use this card right, let me see. When this card right here came out, uses illegal drugs. Now I can get this if a person smoke weed. The spirit will still reveal this right here. Okay, even though we know it's made from the earth. Okay, comes from the earth. A lot of people consider this being natural. A lot of people as also consider it as a herb, natural remedy when it comes to people who have illness. But even they uses uh weed, shall I say, I would still get this. All right. So I don't want to make it seem like she's a drug user. I don't want to offend anyone, okay? And none of this is my opinion anyway. Expecting or received is one or the other. Expecting or received money, inheritance, gifts, or raise. Feeling empty, lack of meaning, purpose in life, emotional numbness, feelings of despair, depression. So, according to the spirit, this is how Candy was feeling. Okay, if this ain't Candy, could be Jeff. But I'm going to go ahead and just say Candy. All right, how we did see the first card said overcoming challenges. Okay, and it doesn't mean she was experiencing all of these, but what stood out to me more than anything is depression, and that can make you feel a sense of hopelessness. Okay, and despair, especially when things are not going right in your life. It's not going in the direction that you would like for it to go. I know what I want. I'm going for it. And I'm sensing this is Candy. Now, remember, we saw the word rejection. Could it be, allegedly, that she was going to leave Jeff? Just saying. Because it doesn't seem like she was happy when she was with him. And we also saw boredom. That's someone who's longing for change. Remember that? That's someone that's very restless and they're longing for change. It has here a dark soul. Remember the key word dark that came out? A dark soul, a psychopath, unemotional. I let many people be the judge who that is. Emotional blackmail. Someone who uses your feelings as a way to control your behavior or persuade seeing things their way. The chocolate color green is playing a part. We're looking at love and healing, okay? So something about love or someone that's operating in some self-healing or the lack of, okay? But this came out for a reason. Love. It's either in a it's either I love or I don't love. Let me just say that, okay? Let me just say that because I do read cards upside down as well. So let me see the direction that this is going. Hold on. Okay, it's upward. So she's giving off I love. She's giving off I love. I'm hoping that this is from perspective of I love myself, self love. But she's giving off the vibration I love. Okay, as well as the bottom word saying healing. Unbalanced person, disturbed and upset, or can be slightly crazy. Now let me say this real quick. I don't sense that Candy is crazy, but I do sense that on the day that she disappeared, she was emotionally all over the place. And when you are emotionally all over the place, you will be unbalanced. I mean, that's just a given, okay? So I feel like this is speaking about This is pertaining to Kandi, okay? Being unbalanced person, disturbed, and she was upstir and she was disturbed on the day she went missing, okay? She was upset, all right? So we know her emotion was all over the place. We're complete. The last two cards. This is interesting. Look at that. It looked like to me she was trying to go another direction. It has here, you're happy, but someone close to you is not happy for you. They're jealous of you and resentful. Okay? And go back and check the beginning of those shadow words that came out. I forgot the key words, but they were speaking from the perspective of someone, being resentful and I'm not gonna say seeking revenge, but just someone that, well, like I said, that's very resentful. Okay. But anyway, that's interesting. And this says has problem solving skills. Now I don't know what kind of skills that Candy has as far as her background. Um, a lot of times the spirit try to give us clues. Now, does Jeff has problem solving skills? What is his background? What does he do? When it comes to his career, is he maintenance worker? Does he work in construction? Does he work for the city? Is he a handyman? What does he do? Anyway, something about problem solving skills. All right. She has some beautiful eyes. Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Candy Green Gonzalez. 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 Seeking clarity about her disappearance. Candy Green Gonzalez. Candy Green Gonzalez. Candy Green Gonzalez. I see those things in the dark, bring much of the marvelous light. Candy Green Gonzalez, 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 Candy Green Gonzalez. Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez. Mhm. I'm not getting a strong hit on this one, but if it come back out, I will acknowledge it. Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez. Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green Gonzalez, Kandi Green. Ooh. Kandi Green Gonzalez, 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 Kandi Green Gonzalez. Sorry, family. Hold on. When they get to jumping all over the place, I'm gonna stop right here. All right, family. It was this one. All right. I'm going to show you what I have, okay? Remember, none of this is in divine order, okay? These are just, you know, clues and just whatever the spirit wants to know concerning um the disappearance of Kandi Green Gonzalez. Excuse me, family. It has here when drinking and the truth comes out. When drinking, we know you get to drinking, okay? People do not hold back. When drinking and the truth comes out. So keep that in mind now. And I'm glad. I think this was the first card that popped up. I'm kind of getting an idea, what jumped off. False accusations. I'm being told that I'm not loyal to a friend or lover. Cheated. So we can kind of get an idea what the argument was about. Okay. About false accusations on Kandi. Okay. From her boyfriend, Jeff, stating that, she could have been cheating on him. All right, we have here, I always show it, then I say it, okay? Sadness thinking of a loved one no longer around, death. Okay, so we can look at this two ways, family. You can say before Kandi disappeared, she had a loved one that was on her mind. Now, only her loved ones would know this, okay? She had a loved one on her mind that could have recently passed, and that individual was on her mind, okay? That's no longer around. Or this can be a present, energy of her loved ones that feels like, she could be deceased. All right. I let maybe be the judge, especially when it comes to her loved ones who happen to watch. Um, I'm only sharing because this means something to somebody, okay? It's a sadness thinking of loved one no longer around, death, okay? And her loved one still wants to believe that she's still around, okay? So this could be Kandi energy before she disappeared, thinking about a loved one that's no longer around, okay? Thinking of them due to, them being deceased. All right, next. Being lied on due to gossip and false accusations. And this would be Kandi that's being lied on, okay? Next, my close friend or best friend is friends with someone new I do not like or get along with. Very toxic and drama full of. Maybe there's something that she just wants those that know her to see. Okay, it's confirmation. And let me say this also for those who have watched my Kylie Rodney um reading that I did. When I did another private reading, this came out. Okay, this came out of her reading. I mean, when I did my private reading, okay, I did another private reading using this deck. This card came out. I thought it was very interesting, and we know who her so-called best friend was, but her best friend had also befriended another female, which is want to be seen. Okay, and we all know who that is. So anyway, getting back to Candy, um, I believe with this message right here, this is just for her loved ones to see as far as confirmation, um if they know about this right here. Okay, I don't know if Candy had a best friend or not, maybe a close associate, but it has here my close friend. It's a close friend or best friend is friend with someone new I do not like or get along with, very toxic, drama, and full of drama. Okay, all right, next we have here clothes are being taken off due to sexual acts or encounter. And we did see the keyword lustful. So she could have been sexually assaulted, okay? Allegedly. It has here, tell your ex to back off. Stop with the harassments. Now, it says tell your ex. Tell your ex to back off. Stop with the harassments. Interesting. And it has here, fighting back, being overpowered. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Fighting back, being overpowered, too many, two or three or more. That's interesting. Cause this right here making it seem like she was jumped by at least two or more. So that's interesting. That's interesting right there. That's very interesting. So let me say this real quick. If cause I want to, bring balance to this right here. I don't want everything to just be solely on Jeff. Now we did see the accusation card about somebody's cheating, false accusations right here. We saw this right here, right? False accusation. I'm being told that I'm not loyal to a friend or a lover, cheated. Now, if this is not Candy, it could be Jeff. And the only reason I'm saying that, only reason I'm saying that, allegedly, if Jeff was cheating, the only reason I'm saying that, because I'm saying this right here. See that? Tell your ex to back off. Stop with the harassment. Okay? And we know how catty females can be, okay, allegedly, but we know how they can be. They'll get a friend of a friend to help jump somebody. And I'm just saying allegedly, family, okay? Um, I just thought this was interesting right here. Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna use one more date and I'm gonna end this reading. Let me see what come back out real quick. Hold on. And I'm not saying that Jeff has an ex that did anything to Candy. Let me just say that it could just be like past events. As far as how things build up between a couple, let me just say that due to rumors of cheating, not getting along, arguments, and all of that. That can be like one of the aspects as far as um, when it comes to their argumentative. I mean their argument, shall I say? 'Cause we did see the keyword argumentative. Okay, so that's still someone that's dealing with a conflict, a verbal conflict with the individual. Okay, which can end up physical. All right, and abuse can kick in. Seeking clarity and confirmation. 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 I'm going to show you these 3 cards. It's very interesting. Remember, we saw the keyword about accusations. Look at that. Came, right back out. False accusations. I'm being told that I'm not loyal to a friend or lover cheated. Okay. So it's something to this because it came right back out. Also, remember we saw the keyword lustful. I thought that was interesting right here. I was drugged and sexually assaulted, allegedly. And then this is interesting too when it comes to keyword harassment. Stop the threats, harassments, phone and text communication. Stop stalking me. That's interesting, isn't it? Let me see. I'm going to use this. I'm going to end this reading. I thank you all for your love, supporting my channel. Thank you for being very loyal. Thank you for being very patient. I appreciate you. I have 2 crime reading cards. I have them in the mix. Okay, I'm going to be using the crime oracle right here, as well as I'm going to be using. I don't have the title of it in here, but anyway, I'm going to be using this one as well. I have them all in the mix, and what needs to come out, I'm going to look at it. Okay. Clarity on disappearance. Kandi Green. Go to Kandi Green disappearance. Who's involved? Seeking clarity on disappearance of Kandi Green. When it's a disappearance, who's involved? Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Green. Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Green. Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Green. Who's involved? Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Green. What happened to her? Seeking clarity on the disappearance of Kandi Green. What happened to her? All right, family. I'm going to go ahead. I'm getting ready to end this reading. I'm just going to go over what I have here. Okay. Remember, none of this is in divine order whatsoever. It has here what happened. It doesn't have to be all of these now, but it's the answer is definitely in here. Please know that. It has here starvation, neglect, humiliation, escapism, racism, and cultural abuse. And we know that word abuse did come out when I used the shadow deck. Okay. It's right here abuse. All righty. We have here, this is a Y. Okay. It has here anger could have played a part, depression. And yes, I am picking up depression, greed, and excitement. So what stands out to me is anger and depression. Okay. Someone full of anger and someone also experiencing depression and excitement for someone that could be getting off on whatever it is that they're doing. We have here, friend knows something. Oh, really? So, according to the spirit, a friend knows something. Maybe not involved, but may have some knowledge of what jumped off. We have here aware. It has here beach, sand, dirt, desert. Okay. These are just some clues. And I'm not familiar with the location that she's from, but I'm just sharing the information that's coming out. Right here we have aware. So this speaking from the perspective of someone well, I'm just gonna read it. It says type of vehicle or transportation. Okay. So this someone is traveling due to a bus or a vehicle. It doesn't have to be an SUV, but it can be a vehicle. So this speaks about some traveling. Travel by bus or a vehicle. This right here is a who did it card family. It just say the kid killer, but it also speaks about a person characteristics. Okay, these words are very it's hard for me to read this. Let me see something. Usually has a mental disorder or learning disability, usually raised in an abusive family. And you know, a lot of times that repeat itself, okay? Especially if you were a child and you were brought up that way, being abused. A lot of time due to not being healed, shall I say, from those shadow aspects of an individual, it can repeat in relationships as well, okay? But I'm not gonna read all of this. It just speaks it from the perspective of it's a the kid killer, but it's anyone who's pretty much operating their shadow self. Period. Okay, um, due to being abused themselves as children, they abuse others. Let me just say it from that perspective. Okay, let me see. Unable to form relationships with others and empathize with others. Okay, it's more, but I'm not going through all that. The words are just too tiny. It has here. Okay, I already read that part. I'm sorry. I read that already. I'm getting a little confused myself. Okay, I'm over here in the middle. All right, it has here a what happened. It has here exfoliation, drown, unconscious, and strangulation. It can be any of these. And we did see the card that was showing a beach. So that just lets you know, not saying that she's at a beach, but she could be near water. It has here aware. It has here a basement, cellar, small space, cave. Okay. Now, especially if she was taken against her will, someone could have had her in a location like this temporarily, allegedly. And also, I think about the beach card, due to some traveling, and someone was traveling with her. Okay, they could have passed a beach. Okay, I'm just going to say that also, allegedly. All right, next we have here the murder weapon used will provide valuable clues. We're going to just hope for the best, family. Okay, it has here aware. So this speaking from the perspective of, something could have jumped off in someone's resident. It has here a house, apartment, residential. Okay, and I don't know if she would live with her boyfriend. He lived in a house or apartment. You know, but anyway, something about a house or a apartment or residential area. And I feel like these two go hand in hand. When I'm looking at this one and I'm looking at this, okay? And we have here another what happened: jealousy, intimidation, insults. Um, hold up, degradation. It's hard for me to read that because the words are so light. Financial abuse, the keyword abuse came right back out, and lack of medical care. Okay. See how some of the words are real light? It's hard to read it. And lastly, we have here what happened: violence, rape. And remember, we saw the lustful card: violence, rape, sexual harassment, held hostage. So I am so praying that the family will get the answers that they are definitely seeking. I'm praying that the authorities are not going to turn a blind eye to her case because it's been a year now, and I don't know how much information that they have shared with the family. I do have backup crime decks, but I'll be here another hour, and I can't be doing all of that. But I just did this as a labor of love. Okay, I'm just praying that I just want to bring awareness to Candy, this missing case, because it deserved just as much as attention as everybody else. Everybody that deserved attention. Okay, everybody deserved attention to their case. Let me just say that. Okay, so this is my way of giving back and just bring some awareness to 36-year-old Kandi Green Gonzalez story. And I'm sending love and light to her family, and I'm praying that your loved one will be found no matter what. All right. And if the unthinkable had happened to her, I'm praying that the family will get justice, okay, on behalf of Miss Candy here. So this is my reading on Kandi Green Gonzalez. I don't like going too long because it really don't take all of that. I just get real passionate and I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. But it's just my way of trying to help family, I tell you. Woo, let me see something because I don't wish this on nobody. I'm just going to shuffle and see what else come back out, and then I'm going to end it. All right. It's like I'm still not satisfied. I keep digging, but this will definitely be it. I'm just gonna let the cards fall. Okay. Oh my gosh, all these came out. All these came out, and I'm going to acknowledge them. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to acknowledge them, okay? Okay, we have here the killer is out of the area. So they could have moved or maybe just, stepped away for a while, okay? It has here surveillance camera may provide important clues. It has here killer sustained a wound during the murder. So for instance, if her family felt like a Jeff, that's Candy's boyfriend at the time or ex, whatever, if they felt like he may have something to do with it, I mean, did he have like any wounds on his body? Cause that's definitely a telltale sign. I mean, did he have like any scratches on him? And anything that would look like defensive wounds, shall I say, like somebody's fighting back. It has here witness may not be fully disclosing all the facts. It has here drugs may be an important factor in this case, and we are not surprised about that because it came out in the reading. And it has here victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. Interesting. And remember, if many of you saw the neighbors videoing her on their property, she was acting, weird. To me, I just saw someone that's very upset and maybe, traumatized, upset and emotional all over the place. That's how it looked to me. Okay. But, others still would feel like, she's acting very weird, whatever that means to them. Let me just say that. Or maybe like she's high and stone on something, okay? And yes, allegedly, I'm going to say she did have something in her system, okay? It has here killer just passing through the area. So, anyway, that could have been an extra that came out. Let me see something. It was. So, anyway, this is my reading on 36-year-old Kandi Green Gonzalez. Send her family my love. If anything came out here that you did not like, you felt triggered and was not pleasing to you, I want to apologize in advance. None of this is my opinion, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. We're gonna let the authorities do their job. Okay, do their job, and praying that the family would get some answers concerning their loved one disappearance. Thank you, family, for watching. Thank you for your love supporting my channel, and bye for now.